Hello everyone. So tonight I'm going to do some review on two or maybe three counters on NASDAQ, and one of it is Microsoft Corporation. And the timeline that I'm using is a weekly time frame, as it is my default setup, and three indicators being used to do screening as well as technical analysis is moving average is 30, and we can get it easily from indicator. Anyway, I'm using this platform, what we call TradingView. Just type in indicator here and you can go for moving averages. You set it up on 30, and then second indicator is normal volume, and the third is relative strength. Relative strength is an indicator being used to compare the performance of the individual stock versus, maybe you can put individual versus individual, or maybe you can compare with any index, and in this case I'm comparing Microsoft Corporation with a NASDAQ. And yes, without any further ado, we can have a look at Microsoft Corporation on NASDAQ. So it's pretty clear actually on Microsoft Corporation. Currently, Microsoft is struggling to break above its declining 30 moving averages line. Let's do some shapes over here. You can see here it's a major resistance being seen on 30 MA line. See, it's I think it's a fifth failure of within 2 years for Microsoft in trying to break above 30 MA, its own 30 MA. This is because 30 MA is proven to be the best support for Microsoft, I think, since 2013. Let's have a look on a longer time frame. Yes, so the major bull run for Microsoft started since February 2013, or maybe in year 2013, and it shows here that moving averages 30 or MA30 has been a very good and solid support along its markup phases, which has produced a tremendous profit for those who bought back in 2013, which is about 1000% within 10 years. So once the support was broken on January 2022, we can see that it is very hard for Microsoft to break above its own previous support, which is MA30. As for volume, you can see there are more red volume compared to green volume. There's a huge difference between this, but since it's great bull run in 2013, you can see there's a lot of green volumes. Okay, for comparison, here's a lot of green volumes compared to the recent one. Since it's break down below 30 moving averages, which you can saw there are a lot of red volume, and there's a big attempt to push the counter back up above its moving averages back in January 2022, in which 108 billion volume was recorded against the average of 37 billion. Even though 100 billion volume was used to put some upthrust for Microsoft, it fails and it still broke down. And since it first broke down back in January 2022, it's still struggling to break above 30 MA for the 5th time, and the latest one was this week, in which its latest price was $248. So apart from moving averages and volume, you can see in terms of its strength against NASDAQ itself, they are on a downtrending basis, which means its performance is declining compared to NASDAQ as an overall indexes. And as you can see, the latest RX reading was negative 0.01, indicating that it is performing lesser than NASDAQ itself. So for me personally, I would say that Microsoft is still struggling. If it didn't manage to break above 30 moving averages, it's gonna take some time for the institutional or smart money to accumulate back all the stocks from the retailers in order for them to push the price back above 30 moving averages line on weekly time frame. So the second stock or the second counter that we are looking at tonight is Netflix. So I think Netflix has a different storyline, right? Netflix here, yeah. If we look at a smaller timeline, anyway, I'm using the same timeline, a weekly time frame, using MA30 as indicator and volume as well as relative strength for the purpose of this review. So as you can see, there are the Netflix is on uptrending basis starting from May 2022 up until now, which it has accumulated a appreciation in price about 100%, from $168 per share up to $335 per share. So it's a quite good movement by Netflix. The first criteria that makes me want to say that Netflix is performing quite well is because the first things first is the price has already broke above 30 moving averages. Here, one price above 30 MA on weekly time frame. And secondly, there are a few breakout that has occurred for Netflix, in which the first one has happened in 17 October 2022, in which the volume was 39 billion against 13 billion, a triple volume breakout. So I'll put here breakout done, breakout happened with triple volume, average volume, right? So the third criteria is a few follow up breakout with significant volume. So what did I mean by significant volume? Is this volume? See, the first one was 30 billion versus 12 billion on July 2022. So there are a lot of volume compared to bad volume. As you can see, there are, I think, more than 20 volume bars over here, and I think less than 10 was a bad one. So this one is a breakout back in November 2022, 12 billion, and a few good more volumes, right? So the third criteria is so the fourth criteria is uptrending RS with positive RS points, uptrending. So you can see here the RS line is going on for uptrending basis, and the latest figure was a positive one. So based on these three easy indicators by using weekly time frame, the first is moving averages, second is good volume, third indicator is RX. It's a simple analysis, technical analysis, without looking at the fundamental analysis, without looking at the news. We can see that yes, Netflix is performing way better than Microsoft, which is struggling to break above its 30 moving averages line for fifth times compared with Netflix Incorporated. So that's all for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for spending your time. Don't forget to subscribe in order for you to get notification on future videos. So thank you and have a good day.